Fala galera, beleza? Aqui é o Jordão, bem-vindos aí a mais uma live class de Business English do Always Be Closing. Always Be Closing é o curso que eu e o John aqui, ó, John da Irlanda, não é o Bonovox, mas ele dá suas canetadas. Vamos criar aí para quem vai ensinar vai ser o John, né? Mas a gente vai criar junto aí e vai lançar para vocês logo. Curso de Business English. Você tem por aí um monte de escola de inglês que ensina você The Books on the Table, Pillow, sabe? How are you? E aqui vocês vão aprender a falar inglês para fazer negócios com o planeta inteiro, certo? How are you, John?
Absolutely, Ricardo. The whole idea, we're trying to change everything and really improve the way to help people to learn English, not just learning key words that you can use now and again, but learn how to construct sentences and how to use the English language. So hello to everyone in Brazil. Hello. Yes, Ricardo.
John, say something about you. That's your history, background.
My goodness. Well, about me, well, I'm originally Irish. My dad was Irish. My mother was British. And my dad was a journalist, un journalista internacional. So since I was very young, I traveled a lot. I was very lucky, and I still love traveling, which is why I spent 9 years in Brazil. But I traveled various different countries. For example, I lived in France for about 3 years, in Paris. I lived in Spain for 3 years. I lived in Italy for about 10 or 11 years. Really liked it there. And I lived and worked in Switzerland then when I was a bit bigger. And most recently, I've lived in Brazil for 9 years. So essentially, languages, learning languages, me learning languages, and then teaching languages, teaching English. And I also have taught some Portuguese, believe it or not, and some Italian, but mainly teaching English. Languages have always been part of my life. Like I worked with Microsoft, for example, for a year or two here in Dublin before I went to Brazil. And my job there was dealing with the Italian and the French market because I'm lucky enough, I speak Italian and French because I lived there. It was, I was very lucky because I lived there and I learned the two languages. So languages has been a natural part of my life for years, since I was about 9 years old. And languages still are a part of my life. Raquel, my wife, is from Brazil. My daughter Jane was born in Brazil. So they speak Portuguese and they're learning English. I speak English and I'm still learning Portuguese. But for example, I love Portuguese and I also love Brazil. So that is something that I'm continuing to do, learn Portuguese. Now, for the last 9 years, 10 years actually, teaching English has been my bread and butter job. Meu feijão e arroz. I don't say a expressão, but that is my ganha-pão. Teaching English is what I do to live. And I've had just a fantastic time doing it. I've met so many wonderful people, some really fantastic people, especially in Brazil. And it's an amazing, rich life for me. The best part is meeting people. And the bonus for me, Ricardo and everybody, is that I love what I do. It's a great satisfaction for me to help people improve their English. And that always is my focus. I don't see myself, for example, as o professor falando para os alunos. I'm Teacher John Simon, helping people, trying to facilitate people, finding ways to help people improve their English. That is what I do. It's to help people reach fluency. That's my dream. Help people get there. I was lucky enough. I became fluent in Spanish, fluent in Italian, fluent in French, reasonably fluent in Portuguese. And of course, English is my mother tongue. So I know how difficult it is to learn a language. I know some of the tricks and secrets and the things that will help you get there, help you to learn the language. And I know the things that will dificultar também. I know the problems as well, all the problems. There are no secrets. I know how difficult it is and personal difficulties that people can have. So languages is my thing. Teaching is something that I'm good at and I can help you do. So I really do invite you all to Ricardo and my course. Ricardo, as you can see, is fluent in English. a great example of what is possible. It is possible to become fluent, even if you live in Sao Paulo, not in Miami or in the USA. So there you proof Ricardo is fluent in English. It's fantastic to see that. And that's my job, to help you become fluent as well. There, that's me, Ricardo.
Yes, great introduction. Túlio Fernando. Hi, Túlio, how are you? E aí, Túlio, beleza? He's asking if this will be a talk, a lecture. A lecture is aula, right?
A lecture is an aula, but usually in the context of a university, Ricardo and Tullio. Like, for example, what I do as a teacher, it's a class, it's an aula. But in English, there's a difference between teacher and professor. I'm a teacher, but somebody who teaches in a university is a professor, and they give a lecture. They don't give a class. Eles são tipo a nata dos teachers. Eles são lá acima. That is basically the cream of the teachers. The really specialized teachers are professors, especially in university, and they give lectures, not classes. Tullio, I hope that explains that one.
Teachers give classes and professors give lecture.
Absolutely, Ricardo. Yes, you got it. Nailed it. Yes.
Túlio, o que vai acontecer aqui é o seguinte: na primeira parte dessa conversa aqui, eu vou fazer uma palestra sobre como fazer uma previsão de vendas legal para tirar teu chefe das tuas costas, não ficar em cima de você. Enquanto eu falo, o John vai comentar o que eu vou estar falando, me corrigir, fazer comentários a respeito. E depois ele vai ensinar umas paradinhas para vocês. E aí, nesse momento, quem quiser pode entrar em vídeo e conversar, praticar teu inglês aqui com o John, comigo e tal. Então, assim que migrar para o John, eu vou compartilhar um link na área de comentários. E quem quiser entrar no vídeo para conversar, porque para aprender inglês tem que praticar, né, meu? Tem que falar. E não se preocupem, ninguém vai zoar com você. Se você falar que nem o Joel Santana, ninguém vai ficar brincando, fazer bullying com você. A ideia aqui é todo mundo crescer junto, todo mundo aprender. Claudia Hickens here. Claudia Hickens.
Hello, Claudia. I think she's talking to you, Ricardo, not to me. Though. I think she's talking to you there.
Yeah. Do you know Claudia Hickens?
I don't actually know. I don't. Sorry.
Yeah,
who is she? Please tell me. Please tell me, Ricardo. I need to know.
She's a wizard. She's like a witch.
Oh my God! My goodness.
A witcher.
A witch. A witch. A witch.
Witch. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a wizard. She's a guru. A guru of assessment. Assessment
with. Very nice. A guru. Very nice.
Let's take that opportunity, John, to what is the best way the right way to pronounce assessment.
Three syllables. Assessment. Yes, very good. You're almost native, Ricardo. Almost native. Very good.
Assessment. I asking you that because this is one of my fights. Claudia Hickey fight with me for 10 years now about how I all the time I don't say in the right way assessment, and she get pissed, pissed
off, yes, annoyed,
anger with me, and I want to learn the right way to pronounce assessment.
Now, just remember. Just tell you where. Just for the next time you meet Claudia, Ricardo, just remember that the stress, the tonica, is the second syllable. So it's assessment. Assessment. There you go.
Assessment.
Yes, you couldn't be better. Yes, exactly. Assessment. Perfect. Wonderful.
Like the dollar in Brazil, it's sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. The dollar.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Price, dollar price. Assessment.
Well done. Perfect. Yes.
So that's what about to happen. I'm gonna do a presentation. So I'm gonna put here my slides. John will be here, and you'll be there. If you have questions about what I'm gonna talk about, feel free to put your comments, questions in a comment area. Now you can watch this live class on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, my YouTube, John's YouTube. In the coming days, we will have a pretty new YouTube channel for Always Be Closing. Be youtube.com/always be closing, something like that. And in there you have all our live class and other class or lectures that Professor John will be offering in a coming days. All right, so let's start.
Let's go, Ricardo. Good luck.
How to best forecast to keep your manager, or my manager, but your manager off your back, right? So first of all, what I mean by sales forecast or sales forecasting. John, first question: what is the right way to say? What is the difference? I say that for 30 years now, but in the last 30 years, sometimes I say sales forecasts, and
yes,
sometimes I say sales forecasting.
Sales forecasting. Well, one is a verb and one is a noun. One is a verb, like when you're doing it. You were saying, for example, imagine, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday in the afternoon, we were sales forecasting. We were forecasting sales. We were doing it. We were forecasting sales. Or you use it as a noun, substantive, when you say, yesterday we did the sales forecast. It depends on how you want to use it, Ricardo. That's
all right. All right. First, finally, somebody told me that in the last 30 years, sometimes I say forecast, sometimes I say forecasting. Yeah.
Well, Ricardo, the main thing is your sales work.
I gotcha.
You got me. Wonderful. Lovely.
Joey from France will say that. I gotcha.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. What I mean by sales forecasting. What I mean by sales forecast. Who knows that? Who knows what sales forecast is? Please tell us. Write it down on a comment area. What is sales forecast or sales forecasting? Sales forecast is a prediction of future sales revenue. Sales revenue is the money, is the faturamento, sales revenue. And sales forecast is the prediction. What do you think by the end of the month will be your sales number? How much money we will make in this month? This is what sales forecast means. Is the prediction of the future of sales. Sales forecasts are usually, and that's what I'm going to talk about, are usually based on historical data from you, industry trends. You have to take a look in what's going on in your segment, your niche, your market. You need to take a look. And most of the time, the status of current sales pipeline. And that's what I'm going to talk about. That's why I put in red. Historical data is just information for you to make the forecast. Industry trends you get from outside. But in a daily basis, what really happened, is that the forecasts start to be what you believe, what you have worked. Accurate. Is that right, John? Accurate.
Let me just correct that one, Ricardo. This first syllable is where the stress goes. Accurate. Accurate.
Accurate. Accurate.
Well, Ricardo, perfect.
Let's do a song about that. Accurate.
Accurate. Let's do it, Ricardo. You play the guitar, I'll sing. Just one other little word here. I put it in the comments. Do you see there, you got the word niche? You use it a lot, and it's used a lot. Yeah, it's not niche. It's not like this. It's not niche. That's a different thing. It really is like niche.
Are you sure? Are you
I'm
sure?
Ricardo. A niche.
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 Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think the Americans maybe say niche, but it is a niche. It's a niche market. Niche. Niche.
Okay. Accurate sales forecast. Accurate is in Português is acuracidade, precisão, like tipo precisão, preciso.
Yes, yes.
Laser. Accurate sales forecasts allow salespeople and the business leaders, his boss, sales managers to make smarter decisions when setting goals, when you need to create a goal, hiring people, budgeting, what kind of money, what amount of money you need to spend to make things happen, prospecting new customers, buying things for inventory, stock products, everything that is about to happen in a very well organized companies. It starts with the sales forecast. If you don't do it in the right way, everything will be damaged. Everything will suffer something. We will buy more products than we need. We will spend more money in marketing than we need. We will spend money marketing in places that we don't have customers. We will create products that customer doesn't need. All problems that we find in companies everywhere, maybe in your company, is related to the sales forecast. When you work in a company that doesn't have sales forecast, you have to guess, right? You have to guess what we need, where we should spend our money. So that's where all the crazy office environment starts. In the other hand, inaccurate, like I'm saying now, inaccurate sales for inaccurate. Is that
accurate? Accurate.
No,
accurate
here,
sales, yes.
The opposite here.
Oh, inaccurate. Sorry, inaccurate. Inaccurate.
Inaccurate. In the other hand, inaccurate.
Ricardo, really good, Ricardo. I mean, you got to get a lot of stress. Inaccurate.
Inaccurate. No, it's not good.
Yeah, no, exactly like that. It's like impossible. You can't say impossible. You can't say impossible. Impossible. Inaccurate. Yes, perfect.
Inaccurate. People, this is one of the things that I want that you take off this live class. I don't have any problems in expose myself,
exposing myself, yes,
exposing
absolutely,
myself,
yes.
And saying things in a wrong way. I don't care if one of you is thinking, yeah, he's not good. What do he think he don't speak very good English. He's not good. He's make a lot of mistakes. I don't care. And that's like everyone, like you heard in your life, example, we follow the example. So I hope that you watching me speaking here and asking questions to John and having John correct me teach you something about courage. On the other hand, inaccurate sales forecast leaves sales managers guessing what's gonna happen in the next 30 days, 20 days. As a result, it starts the thing of having managers on our back, in your back, because he wants to know what's gonna happen. And inaccurate sales forecast starts the problem. All right. So if you have never done sales forecast in your life, if you have if you have a business with a 10 years old and you have never done that, every month start from scratch. Every beginning of today is like November 12th. We are in November 12th, and in your company you did not do sales forecast for November. You haven't done that for November, October, September, August, July. So, and if you want to start, how to start, right? So if you have never done, my guess is that you are guessing, and you should stop that. You should stop guessing how much money you're gonna about to make this month. Is that another way? Is that another way to do it? Is another way to do it, to do business? You can predict. You can have a goal that you will reach finally, right? We have in our lives we have like dozens of goals and never reach any goal, right? Why we never reach any goals? Because we create the goals like a dream. We turn dreams into goals without thinking, without planning, right? We need to stop that. When you work alone, okay, you don't need a goal. You are a crazy man, okay, nobody cares, just you. But when you have more than you, when you have 2 assistants, 1 assistant, 5 employees, you really need to think about that in order to have productive people working in what they need to work. So, and if you know your numbers, any kind of numbers, you don't know, you haven't done forecast, you don't know how much money you're gonna make this month. But if you have some numbers, any numbers, you can from there create your forecast. That's the right way to forecast. It's not many people here in Brazil. It's like we are in November, right? In October, they made like 10,000 reais, 10 mil reais, and from November, he dreams about making 50,000 reais, 50,000 reais. Last month for 10,000. Now you want 50. From where? From nothing, like a dream. So the right way to forecasting is based on something, like I said previously, right? That you need to look into your historical data, and if in October you made 10,000, what is achievable? The word that you need to print in your mind is achievable. The goals, the forecast should not be realistic or aggressive. Should be achievable. Forecast needs to be achievable. Goals needs to be achievable. Look at your past numbers, your historical numbers, data, and create from there. Okay?
Makes sense.
Realistic. Let's give another example. Let's say that let's talk more. Let's dive deep. In October, you made 10,000. And I just said that you have to look that number. If you have a realistic view into that 10,000 number you made in October, you will create a goal like 20% more. 20% more. Here in Brazil, this is like a culture, Brazilian culture of making sales forecast. All the time is 20%, 20%, 10%. How much you expect to grow this year? 20%. Everyone is 20%. 20% is the realistic or the Brazilian culture of, So you made 10,000. The realistic vision of the sales forecast will be that 20%, which is always crazy. The achievable one is when you look the historical data and you look in your plans, you talk to your salespeople, and you come up with something else. The realistic will be 20%, but if you do this, do that, could be 35%. And that's my point. The goal should be achievable, not realistic, not even aggressive. Accurate sales forecasting is part art, but mostly science. Who feels empathy for that girl that I choose to be in my slide? who see themselves right? Who see themselves in that situation where your manager comes to you and asks you for sales forecast, and you start, you don't pick up the phone, you pretend that you are not in your WhatsApp, you run away from your manager, or you shit in your pants, right? This is a Jordan way of presentation, right? Present ideas. If you sit in your pants when your boss asks you for sales forecast, or if your heart start beating faster when your sales manager or your boss asks you for a meeting to review your pipeline or some deals that is in your pipeline, man,
Problems.
Houston, we have a problem. That phrase, that's the history. Houston, you have a problem. But the reality is that for most sales reps and leaders, sales reps is a vendedor. For most sales reps and leaders, this is an important part of your role for both, from both to both. But yet, pipeline reviews and sales forecasts are one of the most dreaded meetings on the calendar. What is the difference between sales forecast and pipeline reviews? The sales forecast is like the whole thing. Pipeline review, I mean, is how we call the review of each deal. Sales forecast is about how many deals, how many customers, how many products you're going about to sell in the next 30 days. Pipeline reviews is about each deal by deal, deal by deal. If you are a sales manager, you should have, I hope you have, a weekly or daily meetings with your salespeople, and I hope that you are using those encounters to talk about some deals the guy has created. I don't see that in a practical. I don't see that. And most of the sales manager call salespeople shouting, "Hey, where is the business? Where is the business? Where is the business? Where is the number? I need the number." And just that.
Why is that? Let me ask you a question there, Ricardo. Why do the sales forecasting meetings and the sales forecasting, why doesn't it happen? What is it? What is it? What is the reason?
Oh, when they happen, most of them is about managers, directors going to the salespeople throat,
brutal, yes, brutality,
brutally, and asking for business. And the salespeople knows that the meeting, the 1 hour meeting, will be about that. And most of the time, they don't have answers for those questions. So they skip. As the time goes by, the sales managers start to realize that my salespeople doesn't know anything, so I don't need to do meetings anymore. Why I have to do another meeting? It's always the same thing. They don't know. They don't have the answers. I make the same question, and the meetings is out. It's never.
I follow. I see.
So, but those kind of meetings is the most important thing that you as a sales manager have to do, and you salesperson needs to do in order for you don't have your manager in your back. So many sales managers simply ask their reps, when will this deal close and how much it will close for? Things like that. And the other side, sales rep tend to overestimate sales forecast. We always says that we need salespeople needs to be motivated. Salespeople needs to be optimist. Salespeople needs to be positive. And we have really, most of the salespeople in the world, like I would say like 90%, is optimist. Is, is look
positive minded, optimistic view. Yeah.
mind. They look the world as a good place to live, and because of that, when the salesman asked the salespeople, what about this Unilever deal? Unilever will close with us this month. When you ask that kind of question to the person that is optimist, imagine what the
He's not going to say no. He can't say no.
How do they say no? You say, of course. Unilever.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked to them I had five meetings with the manager, with the CIO, the CFO, CIO, CMO. Yeah. He said that it's 99% closed. You just need a signature. For sure.
Yes, but exaggerating a little bit because he's optimist. Yes.
Yeah, he's optimist. But he's not. He's not telling the truth. The truth.
Yes.
And but before we get to know, before we get to how you are going to look like a forecast superstar, forecast Superman, Superwoman, wonderful woman,
Wonder Woman, yes.
Wonder Woman, yeah, Wonder Woman. There are a few ground rules we need to establish. A few ground rules, which are, number one, you need to be consistently updating your CRM with accurate deal data. That's the first rule. If you really want to have your boss off your back. Yeah. If you really want that, you need to consistently update your CRM. What I mean by that is that if you, after we finish the live class, you go to the cell phone, and you see a customer saying something, a message of your customer saying something about the deal that you sent 3 days ago, you need to input that information in your CRM immediately. You need to turn that updating task in your CRM as a habit. Every time you talk to your customer, you need to update your CRM. If you do that, your manager, you won't be anymore need to talk to you about what's going on. He just have to go to his cell phone and look into the pipeline and find out if you have talked to the customer or not, and what the customer has said to you like 2 days ago. Good data is the most important requirement for a good sales forecast. Good data, accurate data. the reality, what's going on data,
Yes.
And business that don't have much data about their own sales process will find itself relying on industry average, bad news, and most of all, salespeople guesses. What do you think, John?
Very interesting, Ricardo. I think it looks to me more and more, it comes down to discipline, making things a habit. Isn't it? Like so many things in life, though. I can imagine this sales, you need all the nitty gritty details of what's happening. But people probably, I would imagine, like being, salespeople, like human beings, they forget to put it in the database. They forget to keep all the details. They forget the numbers. They say, I'll do it later. I make the same mistake. I must write down what I said to the student or the level or this or that. So I can see how important it is to put all those details that you are saying into the Excel sheet and to do it immediately. So the student paid, put it in the Excel, pago for November, put the details in. I think that's one of the most difficult parts, because it involves discipline and doing it regularly, doing it all the time, not just doing it on Monday morning, doing it on Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning. maybe even Saturday morning. That I think is one of the most important parts. And I'd love to see some comments here. Is there anybody commenting? Anybody have any doubts about what Ricardo's talking there? I'm sure it would be great. Ricardo's there to answer all your questions about setting up a sales forecasting process. Ricardo's there wanting to show you how to do it. So make the most of it. As you say in Portuguese, aproveite. Ricardo's there telling you exactly what you need to do on an overall basis and what you need to do every single day to maintain your sales forecasting process. I'm sure that Ricardo's right. It's obviously the difference between success and not success is always in the discipline. It's the people who put in the details, remember the details, write all the data down. Eles são prontos. They're ready for war, pronto para a guerra, because they have all the information. So, I think Ricardo's absolutely right. Absolutely right.
John, I was blogging here. Now
again, my goodness.
Again.
God, yeah.
The little blogger. The little blogger. Blogueirinho.
Blogueirinho, well, are you enjoying it? What do you think of it, Ricardo? Tell me, are you enjoying this blogger life? I know it's only 24 hours, but are you enjoying this new dimension to your life?
Well, let's see. I think this it's like a crazy dimension because I want to live my life. I don't want to, instead of living my life, tell the others what is the right way to live a life. The right way to live a life is to live the life.
Yes.
But, if it became a habit quickly, yeah, no problem. Right?
Why not? Yes.
By the way, John, say something to the people in my little blogger.
Hello there, guys. How are you doing? Will they be able to hear me from your phone? Yes. How are you all doing? Are you enjoying Ricardo's blogs? What's happening there? What is Ricardo blogging about?
Já deu. Passou do tempo.
Tá bom.
Well, that's it. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going, Ricardo. I was just mentioning there the importance. I agree with you totally, but I can see why this is difficult, the sales forecasting, because it involves repetition, discipline. It's a bit boring, but it's totally important. And that's the reason I think it's important, but it needs to be done every day. It's like one of those things, get up at 7 every morning. It has to be done, but we have to get up, but maybe we don't have to do a sales forecast, but we should. I think that's probably the situation.
Yeah. Well, rule number two. I made a mistake in you need to have a well-defined criteria for your sales data. The number one rule is to put information in your CRM. Keep the CRM precisely updated in a minute. But what kind of data you should insert in your CRM? You can insert jokes. You can put nudes if you want. I don't know. I don't care. But we need some kind of well-defined information, some kind of data. All right, for you and your boss to really know what's going on. You need data from 4 key areas to get accurate. And John, I will never forget that.
I hope, Ricardo.
Time in the near future, I'll be in front of 500 CEOs, and I will need to say that word. I will say like that, accurate. And I will do. I will also do that hand movement.
Accurate. Yes. Well done.
Accurate. You need data from 4 key areas to get an accurate sales forecast. First area, a well-defined and accurate sales stage. What I mean by that? here a simple example, just one example. What sales is a process. The name of the process is sales funnel. Sales funnel is the name of the sales process. Why we call funnel? The funnel has different stages. Different stages. Here is some kind of sales funnel. What is the right sales funnel? There is no right sales funnel. There's no right one. There's thousands of different sales funnel. You have to pick one that is 100% related to your business and test.
Go with that, yes.
Go with that and test if that one works for you or not. This is just an example. Like first stage, leads, qualify leads, demo, proposal sent, negotiation, close, win or loss. This is just example. You need to do that. You need to have that. You all of us, we live in a 21st century. Today is 2020. You need to have one. You need to have one. Otherwise, you will never be able to tell your manager where exactly is the proposal. What is the next stage? What is the next level? What is the next phase? You'll never be able to tell that. And your boss will be crazy asking you for information. You'll be crazy if you don't know what to do next. Second key area you need to have data about. You need to do a quick sweep, right?
Sweep, yes.
Sweep, right. You need to do a quick sweep to make sure the deals you have in your pipeline, in your pipe drive system, check all the healthy boxes. The healthy boxes, I mean, the information, the information that qualify the customers. Okay, the first data is about the sales phases. Second data is about the qualified questions. Here, an example of the healthy boxes. Customer problem. You need to know what problem the customer wants to solve. I would say from my experience that 80-90% of the salespeople of the world doesn't know what problem their solution solves. It's crazy. They stop sending proposal to customers that you don't have any idea of kind of problem they want to solve. You need to know that prior to send the proposal. So what is the customer problem? You as a salesperson you as a company needs to have that field in your CRM. And we need to educate the salespeople to get that information from the customer and insert in that field. Why now? Why now is another healthy box that we need to know. Why now? Why the customer wants to buy from you now? Why the customer wants to buy from you in 10 days? He said something about that? Do you know that? No, I didn't ask that question, but he said that he's in a hurry. He needs a proposal by midnight, But why now? That question, that way, that's the right way to make your question. When the customer approach you, asking for a bid, asking for a pricing, asking for a price, your product price, ask him, what problem do you want to solve? Why you want to solve now? You know me for 20 years. Why now? What happened? You need to know. That question is unbelievable, good, great, awesome. If you get those habits, you change your life forever. You change your sales results forever. Third question, third information you need to know. Who is the decision maker? Who is the buyer? Who is the user? Who is influential? Who doesn't want us? Who wants to sabotage? Sabotage.
Yeah.
Who wants to sabotage the whole business, the whole deal? Customer goals. What is the customer goals? Like someone calls me now asking for my sales course proposal. and he wants in 20 minutes my proposal. But I need to know what is his goal. His problem is it's different. The goals is different than the problem. What is your problem? I'm talking to you because my 50% of my salespeople is not selling nothing. It's not reaching their monthly goals. That's why I want to train them with you. This is one information, but the customer goals is another one. That after that, I usually ask the customer, but what is your goal? What goal do you want to achieve with this training? And when I make that question, I got another answer. Like, I want to be the number one distributor in Bahia. The answer for goals is different than problem, different than plan. And that the trick part, of that list of questions that you need to make to do it, to qualify customer. Because people are crazy. People are crazy. Every word that you use to ask to question someone, you got a different answer. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the last one is budget. Budget is the last one. We need to know how much money they have to spend, how much money they want to spend, how much money he's losing without my training. How much money he thinks he can make with my training. We need to make those questions to understand the money part of the deal. So if you have those boxes, those fields in your CRM, and you educate your salespeople to fill out, and if you do that, your managers for sure will be off your back. The third kind of data that you need to have an accurate sales forecast, you need to adjust the value in your how to say that? I always forgot. Hated pipeline.
Two syllables. Weighted. Weighted. Perfect. Yes.
You need to adjust the value in your weighted pipeline. Weighted pipeline. If you don't know the meaning of the weighted, go to Google right now and Google will tell you the weighted pipeline. What is the weighted pipeline? You should look, in order for you to find out what is your weighted pipeline, what your weighted pipeline should look like. First, you need to look into your conversion rate. What is your conversion rate right now? After you find out what is your conversion rate, you need to calculate your weighted pipeline. Here in this slide, I show you some simple formula for doing that. Let's say that your conversion rate is 30%. What I mean by conversion rate, let's say that from every 10 proposal that you send to 10 different customers, in the last 60 days, you closed 30%. You need to find out that number. Let's say that is 30%. Okay? 3 out of 10, you closed. Let's say that in that situation, your goal is 1 million reais for this month. 1 million reais. That's your sales goal. If your conversion rate is 30%, your sales goal is 1 million, you need to have 3 million as an weighted pipeline. 3 million. Why? Your conversion rate is 30%. Don't be naive. Don't be a salesperson naive that has the exactly number of reais in your pipeline that is the exact number of the goal. Don't have a pipeline that looks like your goal. My goal is 1 million.
Not realistic. Yes.
Yeah, I have one. No, it's not really. Your goal is 1 million. Your conversion rate is 30%. You need to have 3 million, because in the end, if you have a 3 million aided pipeline, you will close 30%. How much is 30% of 3 million? 1 million. Do you know? Did you get it?
I got it. Yes.
You got it? Yeah.
I got it, Ricardo. I got it.
This is a huge mistake. Everyone does. Everyone does. Don't look in. A few people look into their conversion rate, and in a daily basis, what happens is, I want to give you an example. Someone here in 2 hours from now, you're gonna get a phone call from some CEO from a huge, very famous company. You're gonna ask for a proposal. The salesperson is gonna send a proposal like 1,000 reais, blah blah blah. And after that, you speak a little, and the salesperson will be so confident that business will close. The company is so huge, they will buy from us. Of course, they have money, they have a resource. They said that we will buy. So the salesperson will be so comfortable, they will not look for more business. And by the end of the month, they will have in his pipeline the exact number of reais that he needs to make the goal. But in the reality, just 30% you're gonna buy, because that's your conversion rate.
I follow. Yes,
Historical number. The 4 key data you need to have in your sales forecast in order to have an accurate sales forecast is the basic numbers. Some basic numbers. Each one of you need to decide which basic numbers are best for you. You need to have some basic sales numbers, some basic sales metrics that you should take a look every day. I'm gonna give you a basic list of basic sales metrics that you need to have in your CRM, in your sales process, in order to find out where you are, when, how much the customer will buy from you. Number 1 basic sales metric is the time it takes to move the customer from lead to opportunity. Opportunity is that phase where you send the proposal. From lead to opportunity. Lead is someone that went to your website, fill out the Fale Conosco form.
Yes.
The Fale Conosco form got in your hands, and you talk to the guy, or you haven't been able to talk to the guy. Like 10 days pass by, you haven't talked to the guy yet, the lead yet. So how many days, how many months, how many time takes to move from leads to opportunity? This is very important sales metric that you need to take a look. Second one, how long it takes to close the deal. Everyone guessed that. I teach sales people since 1992, and everyone has this answer. Everyone. They don't have CRM. 80% that give me this answer don't have CRM. They guess. How long does it take to close? How does it take to sell a course like yours in a B2B market? It takes 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. Everyone has this answer ready. But I challenge you to really take a look in your numbers. You are wrong. It doesn't take 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. You don't even know. You don't even take a look. You don't have a system. But you need to find out, how long does it take to close the deal? If you know that, you'll be able to have accurate sales forecast. You won't be naive, like, I have a million deals here. Of course, they will buy before January, but
maybe not. Maybe in June. Yes.
Yeah, but those proposals takes like 2 months. Are you crazy? And it's still in the first stage. Usually takes 5 days to move from first stage to second stage, more 5 days to move to stage, third stage, blah, blah, blah. Third basic sales metric, the average price of a deal. You need to know that. What is the average ticket? What is the average price? Are you good with large customers, mid-sized customers, small customers, solo entrepreneurs, customers? You need to know that. Fourth basic sales metric is average renewal or rates, or how frequently you get repeat business. Everyone here is different. Some people here is in a business of sell more to the same customers. Other ones needs new customer all the time, right? Some people in a recurrency revenue business. And the last one is conversion rates at each stage of the sales process. So here's a Jordan package of basic sales metrics, and I choose some that you can definitely put in your CRM. All the best CRMs in the market does that for you. You can do that. You can find out that there is the CRM are ready for that. They will tell you how much does it take to move from lead to opportunity. The other one's gonna tell you how long does it take to close the deal. Every information, every answer,
all there, yes,
is already there. You just have to use. Sales forecasts allow you to spot potential issues, why there is still time to avoid or mitigate them. Right? If you have a sales forecast, you know where is it the business, what's going on, why is delay, right? Is delaying too much? You know, you'll be able to do
to anticipate, to alter the course, change direction, that kind of thing, I think.
Anticipate and adjust, and
Yes.
So if you really want to have a manager off your back, do a sales forecast based on historical data, common sense, to project it daily, equally, monthly, quarterly, yearly sales totals for your business. All right.
Ricardo, that was fantastic. Really, really. It's complicated though, isn't it? I mean, sales initially. Do you remember that fantastic film, Glen Ross? I'm not sure what it's called in Portuguese, with Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin. You know it because you show it in your Venda Scura, the Rainmaker. What's the name of it in Portuguese, Ricardo, that film?
Sucesso a qualquer preço.
A Sucesso a qualquer preço. A fantastic film of a study of sales. It really, really is.
The movie is in my computer.
Is it really? I love that film anyway. It's an amazing film.
I watch the movie every week. Every week. I watched that movie. I don't know. I met the movie 30 years ago.
Something like that. Something like that. Yes.
It's like Star Wars. Star Wars.
I thought it's part of you. Yes.
More than 500 times. Star Wars, for sure.
Absolutely. A beautiful study of people as well. But Ricardo, when you look at a film like that, you see about the psychological aspects of sales and all that. But when you see, like, to do real sales nowadays, it's a scientific thing, isn't it? It's not just like romance and relationships, and there's so many different tactics and strategies and data that you have to keep. I didn't realize there was so much stuff. I mean, the CRM and all these different things, the sales funnel. I mean, it's a constant process that it's not just do it and then leave it. It's start it and maintain the thing, isn't it? That's the big challenge, to maintain the process efficiently enough and consistently enough so that it really does give you results. It makes you powerful because you have the whole system done and up to date, isn't it? I think that's the challenge, really.
Yeah, the sales is part art, mostly science. What is going on right now is that I see many people, especially the young ones, think that sales is just science, data, analytics, and it's not.
Numbers.
I believe that numbers, you need them. You need numbers, information for you to be able to, with your common sense, your creative, creativity.
Creativity. Yes, lovely, perfect.
Create something new out of the numbers.
I follow.
But,
Yes.
you don't have to guess anymore. You don't have to. It's crazy thinking that some people here will, like, tomorrow, will create like a piece of marketing like a email marketing, and they will put the yellow color in the mostly of the email because he likes yellow. The owner likes yellow.
I see.
The
Yes.
other one likes blue. The other one likes Times Roman type font. The other one likes Helvetica Times font. They are deciding based on your motherfucker little knowledge about marketing.
Yes.
And we have a lot of knowledge out there. There is dozens of reports about what is the best way to send an email marketing. There's a lot. You don't have to guess. You don't have to say to your. You don't have. It's crazy. Many managers around there around here is right now demanding employees to hurry up, do email marketing, send it after lunch. But after lunch is not the best way. It's the best time to send message to your customer. You don't know what is the best time to send message to your customer.
Go and discover. Is that it? Go and discover.
Yeah, I'm humble, So, for example, in that case, I use a software called Buffer.
Yes.
Buffer.com. Buffer.com is a piece of software that tells you what is the best time for you to publish on your Instagram, in your LinkedIn, your Facebook, in your YouTube and TikTok. I rely on your Buffer. I don't send messages. I don't publish messages on my Instagram when I want. Buffer tell me.
Yes.
Okay, you want to publish something today? The best time is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. and 32 minutes.
Yes.
So it's crazy. People are crazy. We live in an age where there's information everywhere. The system that you use is very clever. We don't need to think like that. What we need to do is spend our time, our knowledge, our brains.
Yes.
To create offers, to create new products, new services, to talk to people, to find out their problems, goals, plans, why now, answers and things like that. And people, if you like what I said, if you like what we are doing here now, please join our groups. Always be closing WhatsApp groups. For you to join the group, goes to my group.vip/c/331. Will be rerouted to a group where you'll find other people like you that wants to learn English and wants to practice their English. They want to do business also. All right.
Wonderful, Ricardo.
Join our groups. John,
do come and join the groups.
Yeah, John every day is publishing. Is publishing sharing some activities that definitely will help you learn English. Right, John?
Absolutely. So everybody, you're most welcome to these groups. Mail group in WhatsApp, the ABC Always Be Closing groups. Do come and participate. And we're getting more and more every day. More and more people are participating. I'm putting homework in there, activities, challenges of different types, listening challenges, writing challenges, speaking challenges, a lot of stuff. And like Ricardo said earlier, the most important thing is for you to remember that this group is for everybody. The Always Be Closing groups is for everybody to learn and to practice your English. It's not just for the superstars, the Brazilian superstars of English who already have good English. It's for you who maybe has beginner English, pre-intermediate, whatever level, good, bad, it doesn't matter. It's your space. And for you to remember that I'm here to help you in that side. Ricardo is doing the business side, I'm doing the English side. And the whole idea is, like Ricardo said, for everybody to grow together, but to grow, not to hide, not to feel shy, not to be afraid. Or is it like Emprendedor Artista says, Lucas, who did a live, we did a fantastic live together. If necessary, feel the fear and do it anyway. But let's do it. Let's talk.
And now I pass to you, right, John?
Do, Ricardo, pass to me. Let me have a few words here. Show a few things here. Can I share my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. Here we go, guys. So a few things here that on the same line that we're talking about, really, which is, let me see. I just want to get the screen. There we are. Lovely. Wonderful. So you're doing business in English. Like I was saying, because most of you, probably all of you, live in Brazil, I think one of the most important things is for you to practice. But I taught English in Brazil for 9 years to centenas, hundreds of business people, executives, people in banks, people everywhere, doctors, etc., etc. And one of the big problems was the fear, o medo. We all have fear of things. I have fear sometimes of technology. I have fear of speaking Portuguese. I have fear of things. And the most important thing is to recognize the fear and to do it anyway, to accept that it's going to be difficult. It will be difficult because I'm afraid. I don't want to seem like a fool. I don't want to look bad. I don't want to give a bad impression of me. And that is the big problem. But if we want to progress, we need to accept the fear and find a way, learn how to do it, which is why the Always Be Closing groups are so important. They are there for that. They're a space where it's only us. It's only us who are learning and practicing the English who are there. So nobody else, it's not really a public spot, you know, it's not anything to be afraid of. So in this context, I think one of the most important things is that you take the first step. Like in the Always Be Closing groups, I noticed that a lot of members, a lot of people who are in the groups are nervous. They're hesitating. They only participate a little bit and only sometimes. So what I'm doing here really is inviting you, come along, don't worry. You know, I taught English in Brazil for 9 years. I know all the problems. I know all the difficulties. Maybe I didn't teach English to you, but I taught English to hundreds, centenas of people like you. I know the difficulties. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm sincerely here to help. That is my job, and it's my desire. My wish is to help. So take the first step. Come into the Always Be Closing, the ABC groups, and start sharing. Don't worry. If you're nervous, I'll be there. I'll defend you. I'll protect you. I'll make sure you're okay. Come along. Just come along. Take the first step and be consistent. Then once you take the first step, then just do it again. You will see. Just keep participating. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, here we're talking about, why are we here? We're here because all of you, you're in business, you're entrepreneurs, you're empreendedores in Brazil, doing business in English or wanting to do business in English, either with, you know, you need to be communicating with competitors, hopefully more with clients and with more and more clients. However, before any communication, one of the most important things is that you prepare. By the way, beforehand means antecipadamente, before the event. So prepare very well beforehand. Like very similar to what Ricardo is talking about in the sales forecasting. There are two ways of doing it. There is chutando, guessing and improvising and hoping that everything will be okay and all the problems with the manager on your back. Or there is dedication, preparation, and just a bit of discipline every day, putting in the effort, putting in the details. So it's the same with your English and with your English communication. You know, you need to prepare, especially because you're Brazilian and living in Brazil, you don't have all the opportunity to practice. So it's really super important that you prepare well. and that you get familiar, you see here, get familiar with all the details in English. Read the text. Let's imagine it's a proposal you want to make to a company. Read the text, read it in detail, read it 5 times, read it out loud. Não é uma vez que você vai saber como todos os detalhes sobre about this contract. You have to read it again. O maior obstáculo entre você e o sucesso provavelmente é você, como é comigo. I mean, I'm the one that needs to prepare well for my things. So when you're making a communication, the more familiar you are with the details of the proposal in English, and the more you read the details out loud and you get really familiar with them, masticando mesmo, really practicing speaking the details, the numbers, the people, the people you're going to have to meet, and what are their names, rehearse, practice a lot. Super, super, super important. Preparation, prepare very well beforehand. So, for example, another thing is, excuse me, the words. So if you're looking at a proposal, for example, we're going to look at a little text now in a second. If you're looking at, let's say you're talking about a proposal, you can take some of the key words in the proposal and work them. And by work them, what I mean is write sentences with them, record audios with them, like we're doing in the Always Be Closing groups. I ask you a question, a challenge. I say, I want to get more of my product into that company. So product, selling my product, that is the term. Well, make audios, invent audios in your phone or in your camera. We all have a smartphone, using these words. Like, it's communication. Maybe you don't have to send them to anybody, but it's you using the words out loud, ao vivo, but you're rehearsing. But the effect is really, really important. Don't wait until the meeting, until you meet the person, the sales manager tomorrow in the company. Anticipate, do it before. Practice, write sentences, take the word sales, write 50 sentences with the word sales. I guarantee when you've written 50 sentences with the word sales or target or reach or different words, you will be so familiar, your confidence level will go up. You won't be ahí perdido. You really will not. You will start getting real confidence in your sales work, in your presentation, in the proposal that you are going to make to, let's say, Pedro tomorrow in some company there in Sao Paulo or wherever. It's by preparation that you will become confident, really confident, properly confident, authentic in your proposal, and the results will be different for sure. Here I'm just looking at some text. You see here, for example, a small text here. It's really a definition of a sales forecast, but these are words that are really useful when you're looking at this topic, sales forecasting, and getting the manager off your back. A sales forecast is an estimate of the quantity of goods and services you can realistically sell over the forecast period, the cost of the goods and services, and the estimated profit. Typically, this is done by making a list of the goods and services to be sold, estimating of the number of each to be sold. Now, with that text, it's only a small text. And you could say, mas eu já sei isso. I already know that. But take this text, read it, practice your pronunciation. A sales forecast is an estimate. It's not about, there's no rush. It's not a race. No é uma corrida. It's about the quality of your English. Just with this text, you can do a lot of things. Read it to practice your pronunciation. You could take these different terms, different words, sales forecast, estimate, forecast period, goods, services, number, sold, estimating, quantity. Take one of these words, quantity, and write 20 sentences with that word. Is it a bit boring? Maybe, but then it depends how ambitious you are. I mean, that is the question. How much do you want to have good English? Do you really want to have good English? What are you prepared to sacrifice to have good English? It's a kind of a direct question, but that is the question. What are you prepared to do to have good English? I mean, I hear when I was in Brazil, a lot of my friends and students say, John, meu maior sonho é falar inglês. And I'd say, okay, Pedro, let's see what we can do. Let's do something about it. Let's make it happen. And then it's, okay, John, what do we have to do? Well, let's sit down here and talk and let me think about it. And so I would assess the student's level, and then I would come up with a series of suggestions, just 10 things we need to do, or even 5 sometimes, depending on the student. And the biggest question, the biggest issue always was, and it was frustrating, the biggest issue was doing the things. And I think it's very similar to the sales forecast. It's a brilliant idea, and obviously it works. Ricardo has the experience to know that it works. The question is, do you do it or do you not do it? That is really the question. English is something, it's organic, it can grow every single day. It needs you to participate, and to participate a lot, and participate with alma, with passion, with dedication, with discipline, with força de vontade on the days when you've got no desejo para o inglês. Aquele dia, usa a força de vontade. It's so important that you use your imagination. Look what you can do with just this text. Or you could call somebody. You can join the Always Be Closing group. I will do it this evening. I'll put in a little video asking you and asking everybody in the WhatsApp groups to create a little audio, to record a little audio. It'll only take 50 seconds maximum. Record an audio with the word forecast, okay? Because that's what we're talking about. Or with a sales forecast, to make a little audio with the term sales forecast. It's a little thing. The question is, will you do it? I hope you will. I'm inviting you every single day to participate in the groups, because it's your space, It's my job. It's my pleasure to help you. I'm inviting you. Come along. So getting back to here, you see, we have so much stuff, so many things we can do with just one text like this. The question is, let's do it. Let's do it. Next one here. A few more keywords that you need to be familiar with. I know that you know what opportunity means. Oportunidade. Oportunidade. I'm not sure which one, but my Portuguese pronunciation. But the word opportunity, it's very similar in many languages, most of the Latin languages. So opportunity, you know what it means. But how familiar are you with the word? How many, can you make sentences with it quickly, rápido assim, like ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong? That's the question. You could take any one of these words and write 30 or 40 sentences with it. And I promise you vai se surpreender. You will be surprised. My God, look what I can do. Não é o monstro de 7 cabeças, o inglês. So, o monstro de 7 cabeças é a minha autossabotagem, maybe minha preguiça, maybe my distractedness, maybe my... Falando de mim, estou falando. Eu estou propondo, mas I'm talking sempre com o espelho do meu lado aqui. Minha falta de disciplina, minha falta de concentração, etc, etc, etc. As ferramentas estão aqui. The question is, we need to do them. Pipeline. Quarter, Ricardo just mentioned pipeline there. Quarter, cada 3 meses, a quarter. In English, we always say a quarter. Sales manager, likely. Who knows what likely is? Likely means provável. Sorry, provável, likely, é provável. Não provavelmente, mas provável. It's a likely situation. Uma situação provável. It's likely that this will happen. Certainty, certeza, which is different from certainly, que certamente, certainly, certeza. Targeting, reaching, all these different words. They're just a word, but you can expand them, develop them, write sentences, send an audio to Ricardo, send an audio to the Always Be Closing group, send an audio to your friend who speaks English, talking about reaching goals, and start practicing. It's all a question of being organic, synergetic, dynamic, all the tools, todas as ferramentas estão já aqui. Next one here, guys, is just a little tip, and it's a suggestion. This is coming from my experience of teaching English in Brazil for 9 years. So often, tantas vezes, I had students in front of me who were morrendo de nervos, who were really nervous, anxious because of the English element. Esse inglês, the English element. And it was sad sometimes. What a pity that English, it seems like a threat. It seems like uma ameaça almost, the English. It's not. It really is an opportunity. It's an opportunity, ponto final. Remember, any business conversation you have, anyone, any presentation, any negotiation, any interview that you have, anything in business English or in English, it's just a conversation. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake in your English. You're intelligent in Portuguese. You can speak Portuguese well. E daí, se você não fala inglês perfeitamente? Outra coisa é não fazer nada para melhorar o inglês. Como eu, se não, eu preciso melhorar meu português. Pior é eu não fazer nada para melhorar meu português. So, what I'm saying is that it's very important you remember that really it's not the end of the world. Você pode errar, não tem problema nenhum. It's not a threat. It's an opportunity for you to enjoy practicing your English. Enjoy it. The word is enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There's no threat. There's nothing bad going to happen. Se você se falar isso. Nothing bad. It's an opportunity for you to ganhar uma segunda dimensão que uma língua nova te dá. It's an amazing feeling, an amazing thing to have another dimension. I speak Portuguese because I'm Brazilian, but I also speak English. So now you're connected with the international world. I hear Ricardo when he talks about, in the North America. He's very connected with a lot of the history and things that happen in the USA or happened, and the mentality and the way the Americans think, the way the Americans do business. It's very different from the way Brazilians do business. It's a totally different thing, different from the way the Irish do business. So when you have English, you can connect with all these different parts of the world. Do you have a different dimension, a different, different aspects, different things in your head? So super important that, you remember that essa é uma vida e o inglês faz parte dessa vida. It's not that thing no cantinho do quarto esperando para devorar você. It's not, it's a language, it's a fun, é uma brincadeira like everything else, and brincadeira no sentido, it's trabalho, it's work, but it's nothing that is going to be the end of the world, okay? So there we are, guys, and I'm inviting you to come and follow me. I'm starting little by little and more to put more videos onto my John Simon English Teacher YouTube. Do follow me on Facebook, John Simon English Teacher, and mainly, principalmente, come and join me on Instagram at John Simon _English Teacher. Every day I'm posting things there as well, different kind of things, and it's all my followers, all my friends on my Instagram are either students or other friends, students, followers, but all Brazilian. I think 99% of my followers are Brazilian, because that's what I want to do. The focus of my work is working with English, helping Brazilian people, Brazilian students, Brazilian people to improve their English. That is my main work. So really, you're very, very welcome. Do come and join me on any one of these channels. And of course, also in the ABC, Always Be Closing groups, where Ricardo put. Let me see there, Ricardo. You can show again. What was that last commentary about an accent? Just show me there, please.
From Monica.
Monica Girard. Hello. I think she must be French with a name like that, Girard. The problem is the accent. Monica, quickly, the accent is something we can work on. You have control over the accent. very often, like, people think, well, my accent, I speak Portuguese, I have a bad accent. Well, it's like anything else. Start working on it. Start reading out loud, and choose the type of accent you want. For example, do you want a British accent, an American accent? Do you want a cool accent, a sexy accent? Do you want a sporty accent? Do you want a professional business accent? Do you want to sound like a lawyer, formal, informal? You choose the type of accent you want and start producing it. And how do you do that? By reading out loud. Buy 2 or 3 books you like, start reading them, but change. Don't read them in the same accent you usually use. Use a different accent. Use the accent that you want. BBC News accent or something like that, something you like, and that it is possible in 1 year to change your accent. It's totally possible with dedication. So there we are. I hope that helps, Monica, but believe me, it really does work. Funciona mesmo. Try it, and then you can tell us.
Yeah, that's right. Accent, accurate.
Ricardo, you did fantastic, Ricardo. Accurate.
Yeah, I do that. I do the reading part every day. I'm gonna show in my bloggy life.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm reading, just reading. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm reading English out loud for my invisible friends here. My friend here, John Lennon, is right here.
Very nice.
Very
nice.
Look at my under my shoulders. Yes.
So there we are, Ricardo. Were there any more questions or any more duvidas or anything there? No?
No.
That was it.
Was great.
But that's very nice. Very nice, Ricardo. Really great. Great to have. Shall we mention about the Always Be Closing groups next week from Monday to Friday? Tell us there, Ricardo. What's happening Monday to Friday?
So, starting Monday, we have a competition inside the groups. John will publish different tests and maybe homeworks or questions.
Various challenges of various sorts. Yes.
A lot of challenges, and we've and the ones that gave more right answers will get points. And by the end of the week, Friday afternoon, John will announce who gets the prize. What is the prize? This will be a free trip to Ireland and to stay one month in John's house.
Ricardo will be here too. Ricardo will be here, and he will be making coffee for you every morning at 5:30. Yeah, that's Ricardo's job when you come to Ireland. Yes.
Yeah, one of the sponsors is Carolina. Carolina works for Trinity Intercambio. She can send everyone here to South Africa, Malta, what else? USA, blah blah blah. She will sponsor the free trip, and
she's our person. She's our international flights person. Yes,
she's an international flight person. She will send you to John's house to live. John lives close to Bonovox.
Very near. So I can hear the music. I can hear the music from my bedroom. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. John has a photo of John's. No, John's have photos of Bonovox in his house, right?
Of course. Well, yeah, twice a week, of course, Ricardo. It's amazing here.
Yes. Yeah, like me. I'm a friend of James Hetfield from Metallica. I have his photo here. We are friends, you know.
Has Paul McCartney? He's already gone home? Has he?
Yeah,
he was there earlier with you, wasn't he? Yes.
Yeah, he's my friend too. I have a lot of pictures of Paul McCartney here.
He's an amazing guy, isn't he? How old is he now? He's like 70 something, but he's still amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Creating, but
yeah, every year he releases a new album every year.
Amazing, Ricardo, isn't it? Example, really is an example. Amazing, that kind of people, really.
Yeah, there's There are two stories. There are a lot of stories about Paul McCartney, Beatles. I have two for now. One, they Paul McCartney and John Lennon had an agreement by 1958 that all songs they create they will said that both have created.
Yes, I
If
follow.
you look
Yeah.
to John Lennon's, if you look to Beatles songs from 1962 to 1970, when they broke the band, like all music, all songs is made by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. There are few made by George Harrison and just one or two made by Ringo Starr.
Yes.
But, when he came for look for Paul McCartney songs, he has all John all the he has John Lennon.
Nice. That's good, wasn't it? It's fair. Yeah, it's nice.
In the beginning, from 1958 to 1966, they were really close. Both they were really close before Yoko Ono's.
Yeah.
John Lennon was single. He was very close, and he had another agreement. There was, let's sit to create a song. The agreement was neither one of them can go out, leave the room before finish the song. All the music, the songs they create from 1960 until 1966 was created in one sit.
One sitting. Amazing. Wow, amazing, isn't it?
We need to release a new album. Let's create one song. Both sit. John Lennon, Paul McCartney was in the studio.
Yes.
And it will be about what? A girl.
Yeah.
We will
broken. Yeah.
We will be about asking for help. Like help is one of the.
Yeah.
Help was done in one sitting.
Amazing, Ricardo, isn't it?
Help and helping.
Well, it's amazing nowadays. There isn't the same magic. There isn't like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, all those bands, amazing bands at the time. There isn't the same magic. It's too easy now. It's too easy or something.
Yeah, people is crazy right now. People, in order to write, they read books about how to write.
Yes.
Create a song, they read books about how to create a song. In order to wake up in the morning, they read books about how to wake up in the morning.
Just do it.
Crazy people. You are crazy. If you want to wake in the morning, just wake in the morning. If you want to write something, just write something. That's what I learned from John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Before we start that live class, I did a YouTube video, and I blog about. I did the YouTube video in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I did a 6 minutes YouTube videos, and I already published there. And there's no mistake in the video. And I did in a first sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I told myself I need to do the video, and I have 15 minutes. That's it.
Just do it.
I have to do it, and that's how we do things. That's how we make things happen. We need to do it. Let's do it.
Do it. Yes. Too much bullshit. Really is too much bullshit in the middle.
And another thing about Paul McCartney is that he doesn't know how to read music. You know that lyrics.
Like the little, the little, yes.
That's crazy.
Yes,
he doesn't know. If you ask Paul McCartney to go to your house to play "Hey Jude" in a piano, and maybe in order to help him play, let's imagine that you go to the bookstore, buy the "Hey Jude" music
notes, yes,
the partitura, and you put the Ray Jude partitura in front of the piano to help Paul McCartney plays Ray Jude.
Yes,
he will sit in the piano and look to the partitura and tells you, could you please go back to the bookstore and buy me one of those magazines for children about where they teach how to play. In the magazines where we learn how to play guitars, and we don't have partitura. We have cifras. I forgot the name in English. We have cifras, which is the easiest way to play pianos and guitars and bass.
Yes.
Paul McCartney doesn't know how to read music. He made like thousands of songs.
Amazing, isn't it? Amazing, yes.
He just know how to read cifras. Cifras.
Yeah.
Nothing else. It's crazy. Like we live in a day, in an age where some people wants to become a musician, and he believes that the first thing is to buy the guitar, the second thing is to buy books, the third thing is to get courses.
The fourth is a marketing manager. The fourth is marketing manager.
Yeah, marketing manager. The fifth is to buy a special chair, because my back is hurting. I need a special chair. I need a special T-shirt to make music. You are so fucking crazy. You just need to do the music, the song. And you learn what you have to learn doing.
Yes, absolutely. Do it and learn as you do it.
Yeah, like today, I have no idea what I will say during my part in the presentation. I come up with
You were there though. You did it. You were there and you did it. Yes.
I come up in real time. I have this slide. What I'm gonna say about? I don't know.
But that, Ricardo, I think that is fear, isn't it? That is fear. That is the medo. That is fear of the first step. The fear, the fear. That's it, I think.
Yeah, Ringo Starr is the luckiest people in the world. Yes, people say Ringo Starr was the drummer.
Yes.
Drummer. But the reality is, I'm a huge Beatles fan. And the reality is that before Ringo joined the group, drummer was a guy named Pete Best. And the Pete Best, he was a regular drummer. He was not creative.
Not great, yes.
He was not bold. He was nice, nice to have drummer.
Yes.
And why he was here, he was there in the Beatles. Beatles was just another band playing rock songs.
Yes.
When Ringo Starr joined the band, he changed the vibe, the Beatles vibe. If you go to YouTube and watch Beatles video clips from 1962,
yes,
there's a famous concert Beatles did in United States, in Hollywood Boulevard. Another one, I forgot the name. In 1962.
Yes.
You see how Ringo's played.
How it's different, how it changed. Yes.
His energy. Ringo did not wrote any song, but his energy and his sense of humor.
Yes.
Changed the Beatles.
Amazing, isn't it? Amazing.
John Lennon was like a fear of being themselves. And if you look the 1961 photos of Beatles, they was looking like Elvis Presley. They was looking like a regular leather rock band.
Yeah. And then they changed.
Wearing leather jackets,
Yes.
And Ringo brought the energy.
Amazing. I didn't know that again.
That was missing for John Lennon, Paul McCartney create the songs.
Amazing, Ricardo. Amazing.
Oh, that's it. That was the part of Beatles.
Thank you. That was it. No, sorry, Ricardo. Yeah, thank you, Ricardo. Thanks. So interesting. Listening to you. Wonderful. Ricardo, that really was great. Really fantastic, I think. Wonderful. Super. And let's hope it helped a lot of people. Let's hope it encourage a lot of people, incentivate a lot of people to do the English something it's un toy, pode brincar. John, I'd love to record a live with you about Ireland. What do you think? Carolina, with pleasure. With pleasure, Carolina. Are you in the Always Be Closing group? Or, listen, let me just put, can you see there? I'll put here my number. Look, I'll put it here in the 353. So plus 353, plus 353, 07, sorry, plus 53, 083, 0790202.
Just to join, Carolina, join the.
I would say just join the. Yes, absolutely. Just join the audience.
And John's contact and talk to him.
That would be super. Absolutely. You join the group. Send me a message, and you're part of the group. I'll find you.
Already.
I'll go looking for you, Caroline. I'll find you, and we. Of course, you can. There we are. So, Ricardo, go ahead.
Assessment.
Ricardo, now you can go and chat with Claudia. You've got it right now, Ricardo. You have it perfect, down to a T. Yes, you got it right.
So, thank you very much for everyone for coming today. The live class was recorded and will be on YouTube forever. If you are watching this video in the year of 2576, look for me in the future. I'm pretty sure that I'm alive. I don't expect to die before 500 years. Not ever.
Right.
I'll be there living a Blade Runner.
With wings, probably. With wings.
With wings, and I don't know, maybe 99% of my body will be made by plastics and
little things, energy.
Silicone, but
and maybe Ringo Starr will be playing drums in your living room. Who knows? Why not?
Yeah, I'll be there with 500 years old, with 1% human, 99% plastics. But the reality is, if you believe that the mind controls everything, what is the mind? What is the conscience? Like how big is the conscience inside our brains? Maybe it's like an atom, like maybe it's, it's smaller than a
big but small. Yes.
So that's why I really believe that I'll be there. So look for me in the future. I'm there.
I'll be looking. I'll never stop.
Well, for you that are living in 2020, jump to the WhatsApp groups, talk to us, talk to people, and next week you'll be here again. If you wanna watch another live class like this one, next week in the same time, same channel, same people will be here. We'll be here, all right?
See you, Ricardo. See you, everybody. Come and join the group. See you then.
Bye.